Mom.
Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so today we will be painting the greatest gift of all as an ornament. I was originally going to do this as
I'm gonna make a Santa Claus for the ornament today, and these ornaments,
and Miss Raylyn is painting with us. Here, let's move your sleeves up so we don't get paint on your sleeves.
Okay.
So while we're chit-chatting, let's go ahead and base coat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just base coat this with a little bit of festive green, ghost it out.
Don't let it get on mine.
Don't let it get on yours. I cannot. You know what? I know exactly where my. Give me just a second. I was gonna say, where's my paint palette? I forgot that I went to traveling. I hope I didn't leave my paint palette. I did not.
Dun,
Right here.
dun, 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 dun,
Y'all know
dun,
me. I like to use the same paint palette as long as I can, and I usually use it for about a year.
Wow. That's a lot of colors.
Isn't it a lot of colors?
Yeah. Look.
Before I switch it over to a new paint palette. And this isn't a full year, but it's close enough. I'm going to take my light buttermilk.
You know my best friend, Stevie? She's my best friend.
I know she's your best friend.
But
so,
she's my best friend. I say on best friend, but I always say back or But if you don't know her, that's okay. You need to know her, but
you just need to know her.
But
how are y'all doing? Hey, Regina. She's cheesing at herself in the camera.
Mama.
That's my daughter. My little Miss Sunshine, who she is very aware that we are filming. She could not wait. Okay, so I'm just mixing festive green with a little bit of light buttermilk. I'm not necessarily doing any particular ratio.
And I'm doing strawberry red to do this.
And I'm going to go ahead and paint over the star just for, giggles. Just because I don't feel like being very super precise. What's the matter? You need a paint rag?
Here
you go.
It's getting cold.
Here you go. So we're just going to base coat this. We're just going to ghost out that festive green. Festive green is a very Crayola green. Like it's fresh from the Crayola box. And I don't want that bright of a green. I want a nice subtle Christmassy green. I want it to be just muted down just a little bit. Because the showstopper of this one is baby Jesus right here. Right here. He's my cute little baby Jesus. Hey, Brenda. Erica. Hush, we can't hear. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go full table just so you can get a bigger Christmas tree. Because this is a small.
I need green.
You need green. What do you say?
Please.
Okay.
I need it for the leaf.
So we're painting just a little bit later. It's actually a lot later than we're used to, but that's okay. And y'all know me in the afternoons, my brain is fried, so I can't guarantee if my conversation's gonna make sense. Hey, Ashley and Melissa and Penny. Hey. Hey, Ray, Becca. Becca says hey.
Hi.
You say hey, Becca.
Hi, Becca.
Remember all your My Little Ponies and your pony dress? Your unicorn dress?
Yeah.
That Becca sent you those.
Oh.
She goes, oh. She goes, tee. That's her little, I'm gonna turn on my shy button. She is not shy, but she knows how to turn it on. She knows how to all of a sudden be shy. How are you feeling, Marie? I know that you weren't feeling good earlier. Are you finally on the mend? Normally she doesn't get to be on camera, so she's really excited. So I told her if she could behave, she gets to stay on camera. But if she tries to steal the show, then we're going to have to take her off camera.
What? Don't even think about doing that.
Don't even think about it. Y'all see my little Grinchy mug? See my little Grinchy man? Hold on. The better side's on this side.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite side.
I know. I love this cup. So Holly Barrington has been campaigning for Raylyn to have her very own YouTube channel. Every once in a while, I'll send Holly and my friend Sarah a video. Raylyn doesn't even know I'm videoing her half the time, and I'll just send them the little, because they are both solid boy moms. They've got at least 2 to 4 boys in their house. And so I like to give them a little touch of what it's like to have a little girl in the house. It's like this never quiet. It's never quiet, and it's always, is she talking to herself or is that the TV talking? Like, oh, I like to send them those little moments. And Holly has been campaigning for Raylan to have her own YouTube channel. I think she'd do good with it too. I think she'd be a good YouTuber. I would actually be really afraid to see the way that she would conquer the world. I feel like she would conquer the world. All right, so I'm going to do a second quick coat. Just going to sweep it on there. It doesn't have to be a thick one because we did a really good first one. Okay, again, this is just Festive Green Ghosted Out with a little bit of light buttermilk. And if you're wondering what I mean by Ghosted Out, that's just my way of saying I added white to it to lighten the shade. Okay. Be very careful not to get that on your uniform, Raylan. Mama. I'm very nervous that you're doing this in your uniform. Although this uniform is it's on the, she may not be returning from Thanksgiving break with this one. She is busting out of it, not at the seams, but at the length. It's pretty short on her. Let me let you use this white. This bottle's almost empty, and we need to empty it. We've got a couple of bottles of white going. Let's trash one of them. All right, so there we go. That's our second coat. And you know me, we're going to get a lot of the base coating done, but we are going to give a little bit of texture to this background. So let's do that before we move on to any base coating. Much better. I actually left the house today. Ooh, how long has it been since you left the house, Marie? Because the flu is going around here, and I am so afraid to leave the house because I don't want to catch the flu. I don't want to have the flu. Give me strep any day, because at least with strep, you get a couple of rounds of antibiotics in you, and you start feeling better. Like, you immediately start feeling better. The flu, it's no matter how much medicine, how much rest, how much fluid, you never truly feel better until way later. It's like, I don't want the flu.
Mama,
what, my baby?
I need color, like human color.
I need like human color. What is that called, baby?
Peach.
A peach. I've got Natural Buff, which is the color I'm going to be painting our baby Jesus. So there's you go. There's your
peach.
What did you call it? A human color? I need a human color.
Oh my, I don't like all of that.
I need a human color. Okay, so I've got a chip brush. I don't need this big of a chip brush for this little of a project. I am going to bump this back just because I do need all the range of motion here. And I am really close. So I'm just going to load up. I am going to pick up a little bit of this green. So I've got white on my brush, and I just dipped in this this mixture of green that I've made for the background. And I'm just going to go swipe, swipe, north and south on it,
swipe,
right?
Swipe, boop, boop, boop.
I'm going to pick it up again, white, with a little bit of that green. I'm going to turn it. And now I'm going to go east and west. Okay. North and south, east and west. I want to make sure I get the edges nice and good. And if you look really close, you get a distressed look. It's not quite like barnwood or anything like that. It's just a little bit of texture. So that way the green of your tree is broken up a little bit. It's barely there texture. And sometimes that's all you need. And yes, I'm not one to wash my chip brushes. Not all the time. There are a couple of chip brushes I do wash, but not that one. That one I like that one to be nitty and gritty. My son had the flu and strep at the Lori, no. I'm telling you, the flu makes everything worse. It's just awful. Hey, Cynthia. I wish I had the way my seams were busting. I wish that's the way my seams were busting. Right? Right? I wish my seams were busting that way too. Well, no, wait. I'm really tall, right? That's an inside joke between me and Regina, y'all. When she met me for the very first time, she tells the story way better, but she was shocked at how tall I was. I'm not even really that tall, and she's not even really that short. But, oh, look at your Santa. It looks so good. But us side by side.
Mama, you're black and also brown.
There's a noticeable difference with us. I wonder if we got a side by side picture without it just being this much of us. And I did. I have to we would have to she had to stand up real tall and I had to get down real low. What?
I need black and gray.
Black is last.
I need black.
Black is last. Where is black going? And the black stuff is, you need to let everything dry, and I might let you use black paint pen for that, okay? So let's do the tree trunk, okay?
I need black paint.
I understand what you mean, sweet baby. I'm telling you, I'm going to let you use black paint pen for the blacks of his eyes.
What about I use brown? Is it okay to use brown for the eyes?
Baby, no, you're going to use black because you're right. That is the color that you need.
But it's okay I get brown for the eyebrow.
Can you just listen to me? No, you've got his eyebrows perfect over there. So what I did is I took milk chocolate, and yes, I ghosted it out as well.
I need a blow dryer.
No, you're going to let it dry. You know what? You have other projects. You can set this off to the side to dry. And by the time you finish these projects and do a good job on them, you should be able to come back to that project and finish the blacks of his eyes.
All right, Mama.
So I'm just adding a little bit of milk chocolate to the trunk that's been ghosted out with a little bit of white. And the only reason I did that was because I do want to keep the softness of the green. I want all of my colors to be a little bit softer than my foreground. I want my people in the foreground to pop off of the background. So I'm keeping all my background colors very soft.
I need help.
What do you need help with, baby?
The camera stay.
You need to let it sit. You put your finger down here.
Okay.
And then, now, see?
Yeah. But it keeps moving.
Well, baby, it's going to move. It's going to move a little bit. So I'm going to grab a teeny tiny little angle or a flat brush. This one does not matter. I'm going to ghost it out even more. I'm going to make this an even lighter shade of brown. And I'm going to paint just the little bit of the manger. I normally don't paint the thing in the foreground first, but I do want my manger to go ahead and have some color to it. Okay. Okay. So there's our manger. So we painted our trunk and our manger kind of close in color. I made my manger just a little bit lighter. Hey, Cindy. Okay, voluntarily, since we got home from Florida, I had to teach a few days over the past 2 weeks. But it was, you voluntarily left the house for the first time today. Oh, got you. I was going to say, I don't know if I could have made it that whole time without leaving the house.
Mom.
Ooh, it's so pretty. It's like a snowflake. I see. Madison and I are watching while Mason is in speech therapy. You've got her attention. She's so quiet. Well, hey, Madison. What's up, girl? Wait. Not your Madison. Different Madison.
Oh.
She has a friend named Madison. And she's like, wait, what? What? Okay. So now we're going to take a small angle brush. And I did buy some new brushes while I was out of town painting with the girls.
Because you have to learn how to paint all day.
I did. So I bought these level 2. These are Royal and Lane Nickel. These were from Michaels.
And then for the star, we're going to use this green to make the things.
I bought these level 2. I want to say my friend Karen recommended me try these out. They are the brand that I like. So she's like, have you tried them? I was like, no, I typically stick with my teal and my rose gold ones. But they're starting to get hard to find. I still can buy the teal ones at... Baby, are you not?
Oh, yeah.
Thought so.
I think it's really good.
We're going to grab the carousel pink and ghost it out. Are you noticing a trend here? We're ghosting a lot of things out. Hey, Kevy. I love Raylan. It's painting with you. Well, we weren't planning on painting this late in the day. I was hoping to be on by 1:30.
Money puddle.
But I got tied up, so I pushed it back just a little bit. And she was so excited. I waited for her to get home from school, and she was so excited by the time that she got home. She goes, "Can we go get an icy?" I was like, "No, but I do have a treat for you. You get to paint with mommy today." And over the moon. She was so excited. So I've got my carousel pink. So it's just a nice medium bubblegummy pink. Okay. Carousel pink. Let's paint Mary's dress.
What's Mama?
Okay, let's show your snowflake. Oh, it's so pretty.
Again.
And we are just going to add a little bit of bubblegum pink. It's okay if you get it on her hands. We're just going to base coat. Now, the thing about these brushes that when she showed them to me, I knew they sold those there, but I hadn't even really looked at them.
You buy them?
Because I figured I had really good luck. That was the word. Whew. I had really good luck with my rose gold and my teal brushes, my Menta, the teal Royal Inlay nickel ones. But she says, you really got to try these. And I tried one of hers at the paint desk, and the bristles were so firm. They bounced back. And y'all know me, I like to use the toe of my brush. And this brush was really, really, really firm. And I was like, oh, I kind of like that. The tip of the brush stays really nice and strong for whenever I say light pressure. It really gives you the opportunity to use light pressure. I mean, my Menta ones do too. My rose gold ones do too. But I will say, not like this. Now, this is the first time I've used this brush. I used her brush, but I did not get a chance to use the ones that I purchased at Michael's while I was shopping with them.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. So tell us about this one.
Oh, that's a cat wearing teeth. And there's a lot of things.
There's just a lot of things. So I've learned with children, especially at paint parties, when I would do kids' paint parties, that you never ask them, what is this? Never ask them, so what is it? Like they get very, very, very upset if you don't automatically know what's on their artwork. So my way of asking without offending them, because when a child does something as magnificent as this, they see magnificence. Like they are so proud of it, and they want to show you, and they want you to enjoy it as much as they enjoy it.
We made purple.
All right, we're going to need 2 coats on that. So you don't want to offend them and squash their creative heart. So the way that I have learned to ask without offending them or discouraging them is, oh, tell me about it. Tell me about your project here. That they'll tell me exactly what it is without me having to ask, what the heck is this? They will also give me the whole backstory. I mean, because this right here, that cat with teeth, it has a whole life that it lived before it ever made it to this ornament. I promise you. We could ask Raylan right now, and she'd probably tell us. Okay. I got me a little peppermint mocha going on. So here we go. So I have let me answer a couple of questions, because that was one thing I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to bring up, some people have been very worried about me, and they're wondering, hey, where's all the new designs? We haven't seen any designs in the last couple of weeks. And I have released them. I just have not released them to the public yet. They will be released this Friday. So there will be at least 3 weeks worth of designs that have not been released over the last 3 weeks. I've been saving them for this Friday, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you, tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Let me tell you what's going on tomorrow. Be nice to your brush. So tomorrow, who knows what Black Friday is, right? We've got Black Friday. But have you ever heard of Pink Friday? How funny. We're painting with pink, and we're talking about Pink Friday. Good job. So Pink Friday is shop small first. So it's Black Friday. Uh-oh, it's okay. It's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. So tell me what's happening here.
It's called Dots Land.
Oh, okay. It's Dot Land. I love it.
Please don't wash my hands.
Okay, go wash your hands and let these dry. I'll let you know when they're dry and we can use black on them, okay? Okay, baby. So Pink Friday is essentially Black Friday for small businesses. And so what's going to happen is typically on Black Friday, I run a $1 template sale on all my designs in my shop. Nothing, all templates, all JPEGs. This year, we're going to do it as Pink Friday. So that sale starts tomorrow. And I'm really excited for you to be able to hop on it a week ahead of time, for it to run through next week and be able to grab them now. Because think about it, I know that a lot of my people, they're teachers, right? Well, if I make you wait till Black Friday, you're gonna get all your templates and you're not gonna have any time to paint because you're going to school the next Monday, right? But if I release them this Friday, then you have all Thanksgiving break to bust out the one you really want to paint and actually enjoy painting it. So instead of Black Friday, we're going to do Pink Friday. And Pink Friday will run through Black Friday. So if you're anything like I was back in the day, I didn't get my bonus till the day before Thanksgiving. And so I would use my bonus to start Christmas shopping. You have a checklist of the templates you have and have had. What do you mean? Raylan, please don't mess with anything. Please don't grab any of that. What do you mean? What do you mean by a checklist of things you have and have had? Heck yeah, I need more cute paint party designs. Yours are my most popular options. I love hearing that. I've heard that from a few people that my designs are really good paint party options. I love hearing that because I love the fact that you're getting the most bang for your investment. You bought one template and you're making money off of money off of money off of it. I love that it's helping you support your family. So that starts tomorrow. So at midnight, the price of and there's no discount code. It's automatically added to your cart. Like it'll automatically show the price. And there's a couple of templates. Now I will say there's a couple of templates that most of my templates are $5, right? Most of my templates are $5. I think there's like 3 or 4 templates that are like $8. And that's only because they're double-sided. So those are $8. So those would be, I think, $4 at checkout. Those are the only ones that aren't $8. So there's that. But other than that, everything's $1. There's like a double-sided snowman pumpkin stack trio. So that when you put all of your templates.
Mommy, is this how you spell like?
Yep, it is. Good job. Like, if. Oh my God. We have been struggling. The struggle bus is real with my baby and her sight words. Like and if. Good job. Look, she wrote the word like and she wrote the word if. Good job. Her favorite sight word is like, though. It is also one of her favorite actual words. So, Pink Friday starts tomorrow, midnight tonight, running through midnight Black Friday. So when you put all your templates on $1 sale, we can go out and check mark off the ones we already have and that we can be able to pick up. Now I don't have a check box. I don't have a if you're asking me if I have a master list, I ain't that fancy. I don't know. I don't think I do. If I do, it's generated by my website and I haven't figured that part out yet. I can look. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Because I have over 600 designs. And that is another thing I wanted to bring up is but we won't talk about it until later. But Template Tribe is going to be changing as well. If you're a member of my Erica's Template Tribe, Template Tribe is taken a change at the beginning of 2023, but we have time to talk about that. We won't talk about that right now. But it is good because I have over 600 designs that I've hand drawn over the years. Um, there's a lot there. So, and there's a lot of good ones that I like. There's some of the first ones I've drawn that are still really relevant today. I've got a good bit of baby Jesus ones. He's always a good seller during Christmas time. Okay, so we're gonna take True Blue, and I'm gonna paint the entire T of baby Jesus' head True Blue just because I don't want to fight with it. I just don't want to fight with it. So we're just gonna take True Blue. We ghosted it out with just some white. What are you getting, baby girl? What are you getting? Strawberries? No, we should have strawberries. I bought some more strawberries just for you. Just for you, boo.
But I also wanted some raspberries, but we don't have them.
Yeah, I don't have any raspberries. I just have strawberries.
Can I buy them at the store?
We sure can when we go to the store to get your canned food drive food. Her class is trying to win a project. So far, we've got Ghosted, Carousel Pink, Ghosted, True Blue, and Ghosted Milk Chocolate. Oh, and also Ghosted Festive Green. If you haven't learned the theme here yet, that's the theme so far. We're really muting it down just a little bit. Oh, you got to tell us about Template Club is changing. Don't leave us hanging. Okay, so I will talk. Okay, so I will tell you. So Template Club is going to be, we're going from over 20 designs a month down to 15 designs a month, but we're also lessening the price of it. We're taking it from 30 and it's going to be 20. So I think you even get a better cut on I think you get a better discount on the templates per template that way too. I've done the math and I want to say it comes out cheaper that way than it does already for the current template tribe members. There's just no need to have 25 designs, 20 to 25. I was drawing anywhere between 20 to 25 every month. And template tribe members got all the designs, whether I release them to the public or not, they got them all at the beginning of the month. And the beginning of 2023, we're going to go from 20 to 25 designs down to a solid 15, no questions asked on how many Tuesdays during the month. It's going to go down to a solid 15 designs a month. It's going to help me be a little bit more creative and not have to stretch it as far anymore because I have designed over 6. And you got to think about it. I've been designing for other people too. So it's not like I only have 600 designs that I've ever designed. I've designed for other people. Some months I would do 15 designs. Some months I did 10 designs. Some months I would do like 3 to 5 designs. But for 2 solid years, I was doing anywhere between 10 to 15 designs a month for other people too. So like my brain has been designing, I know for a fact, over 1,000 designs in the last 2 to 3 years. So I need a creative break only because I don't know. like every month I sit down and I look at the number and I'm just like, oh, that's a lot. But 15, we already have so many in the catalog and a lot of them are still really relevant because I tried to make them as timeless as possible. And I think this will be an amazing transition for my creativeness, but also for Template Tribe members because it's a lesser investment. It's $20 a month versus $30. And then it's also the templates that I'm going to be adding are going to be like the super trendy ones for the time being. And then they're going to be ones that can definitely be easily broken into 3D pieces because the 3D piece world, the world is just loving those 3D pieces, right? So I'm going to be stretching the style and the just a lot of things when it comes to Template Tribe. And I think it's going to be the best change for Template Tribe members since sliced bread, to be honest. Let's see. I would love a master list from many designers. Well, Kevy, I will try my best. If I can get my website to just generate one, I could have it done overnight. I just don't know if my website has that capability. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. I just hope it doesn't generate like a picture, because I would got to remember, I have over 600 designs. I don't want you having to print off 600 pictures, right? Marie, and that's why you're a rock star. I can barely design one in a year. So Marie Mosley, you hush your mouth. I've seen your Procreate skills, and you are super creative. So all I'm doing is I'm just fussy painting in Joseph's little, I call it his little turban, his little headdress. I'm just making it a darker shade of blue than his little nightgown. I know those are not his robe. There we go. That sounds like a great deal. Thank you, Lynn. I was hoping it would be well received. I know that I ran it by most of the girls that I hung out with last weekend. I got invited to a little mock paint party. It was an overnight paint. I didn't stay overnight, but most of the girls stayed overnight. It was a little mock paint party. Bonnie Branham with Whimsical Art Painting Parties wanted to kind of toy with the idea of doing an overnight in-house. Like, she has a house that can house. It's almost like a bed and breakfast. And she had not done a paint party like that in her house. She had just bought this house, and she really wanted to see what she could be capable of. And so she and Christy Rayner, old troublemaker, she's somewhere in the comments here. Christy Rayner, I don't know why I just added blue to we need tan. So we're going to grab the honey brown and paint Mary's little headdress. We're going to paint hers honey brown. No, I'm lying. I'm lying, I'm flying. We're going to paint it oyster beige because I want to play with this color. I think it's going to be a fun color. And so I ran that idea by them, and they thought it was a good idea too. So I'm less nervous about it. I'm so terrible. I forget what I have. I think Shopify, which is the type of store that I have, I think it finally updated to where it like if you're logged in. The only problem is it doesn't account for your template tribe designs, because that's done outside of the website. That's hand done by me, and we're going to be changing that next year too. I'm going to try and make it a little bit more streamlined for everybody. But you have your printouts for Template Tribe, I promise you. So you do have the printouts for those. So you can just kind of flip through your monthly at a glances to see those. And then on the website, they are named exactly on the website what they're named in Template Tribe. So you could do a little Google Drive search for that too. I wonder if I have a brown paint pen. I just feel like, I know I have colored paint pens. I never use them. There's purple. I don't have brown. I don't. I thought I did. I have the little multi-pack color, but it's like the primary colors of like green, yellow, blue, purple, pink, but no brown. No brown. So we'll use a round brush for this. I don't necessarily want to try and fussy paint. Let's paint their faces first. Get that out. I'm just going to use Raylynn's Natural Buff that I gave her. Okay, so I'm just going to paint their little faces. So those are all the updates I have for you right now. Tomorrow's kicks off Pink Friday. Pink Friday will be dollar templates and JPEGs for everyone. No discount code needed. It'll be automatically added to your cart. And that will run through Black Friday. And then Black Friday, we open the Paint Studio for new members. So if you've been wondering when Paint Studio opens, that is the new Black Friday deal. You'll be able to hop on Black Friday weekend. Kevin, I love the at a glance. I think the at a glance is probably the best part, because it's one, well, mine is 2 sheets. I could probably, if I did only 15, I could probably get it down to 1 sheet. I just like them to be a good, nice size. So when you do print it out, especially if you do a paint party, you can show your people, and they're a good size, right? I think they're another thing I have encouraged people to do for when, if they do paint parties, is to send their paint party hostesses those added glances. It was like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Pick 3 from all of these, or 3 favorites from all of these. It's just so easy to not send individual screenshots, right? And most months I do categorize themes. So all your Christmas ones are pretty much grouped into the same couple of months. So you don't have to send a whole year's worth of added glances over. It's just it's the most organized way to get your paint party hostess to pick a design. All right, so we are going to play that game every month. Designs come out in the group. I know she's designed for. What did Wanella say? Funny that sometimes I look at other designs and wonder, I bet Erica designed that one. There are so many people. Yes, Marie, she does. There's a handful of people that in the past have sent me screenshots. Did you design this? Because my name's not on it. But they could tell it was my style. It was my style. They're like, I could tell your Apple Pencil from anybody else's. I was like, well, that is a compliment. I'll take that compliment any day. I do try to keep things looking, what is the word? Consistent. I do like to be a little consistent. There we go. So there we go. There's their little faces. I'm making baby Jesus and his family.
Can I see?
You absolutely can.
Wow, cool.
Let me see if I can find a round now. There's one round, but I want a smaller one. Probably find smaller. Oh, I got this little filbert. I could use this little filbert. I just don't want to. Yeah, we'll use this little filbert. Let's wet it. Okay, I just want to do their little hands. Oh, the filbert's going to be, I didn't realize their hands were little ovals. I thought they were little circles. Now I'm happy. Yeah, the filbert's way better. So I'm just doing their little ovals. You got more strawberries?
Got strawberries.
Girl, you are going to turn into a strawberry. I know you love strawberries. All right, so I'm just painting in their little hands. These are teeny tiny. So y'all be on the lookout. I'll announce it tomorrow, but you don't have to wait for the announcement. Tomorrow at midnight, so tonight at midnight, the sale goes live. And don't worry, you're not going to miss out on it. It's going to go through Black Friday, and I'll make reminder announcements about it. You won't miss it, I promise. And it'll go through Black Friday. So everyone who's used to my typical Black Friday sale of dollar templates, don't worry. It's going to go through Black Friday. So if you wait for Black Friday, because that's what you're used to, or if you have a reminder in your phone from last year, don't forget Black Friday. Don't worry. I got you. We're going to go through Black Friday for the sale just to catch the people that are used to the Black Friday sale. No big deal. You're not going to miss it. Promise. You can't miss this Pink Friday sale. Hey, Dana. Let's see. I have yet to been able to order any cutouts, but my daughter continues to bring home ones from the store. Ooh, Lynette. I want to see what your daughter's been painting, because I love to see people take those generic cutouts. She's talking about like Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby and stuff like that. I love seeing people take those generic cutouts and what they can create with them. I think it's some of the coolest stuff, because you really have to stretch your creativity, because you're having to fit your creativity into an already made thing, right? All right, so I'm just going to take this little, I think this flat brush is way too big. Way too big. That's okay. I've really made my ornament way too small this time. I wanted to paint a attachment size, but for some reason I went with ornament size. Although I did want to make one ornament for my tree. That's what I'm doing. I'm making an ornament for my tree because baby Jesus, he's on my tree a few times over. But I have to put my own baby Jesus on my Christmas tree because I don't have one of my own baby Jesuses. I want my own baby Jesus. Now, at Home Creations, they have this design. And if you put the word, what's a word that we can use? Because Home Creations has some really cool variations. I want you to go check them out. And I'll put it in the link buffet. If you put the word Pink Friday, maybe that'll help you remember about tomorrow too. If you put the word Pink Friday in, I will come back and link the information for Pink Friday, where you can get the template and the JPEG for this, so that tomorrow you can, if you don't already have this, you should be able to grab it tomorrow for $1. But you can also check out the blanks from Home Creations, because Home Creations really outdid themselves on this design. So you get at Home Creations, you can either get it just like this in any size you want, from a 4. This is a 5-inch. This is 5 inches. I probably should have done 6 inches for an oversized ornament. You can get it from 4 to 24 inches, but here's how they do it. You can get it etched just like this, single line etching. You can get it etched with just the people and the star, no words. You can get it etched. You can get it not etched at all. Or they have just baby Jesus and Mary and Joseph as a cutout themselves. So if you just want the nativity scene to be able to put on like a manger scene, perfect. There they are. So they have some really cool ideas on how to cut these out that they can cut out for you. So if you put the word Pink Friday, you can get information on Pink Friday. You'll also get the link for the template and the JPEG, so that you can have immediate access to this starting tomorrow for Pink Friday for $1 each. And then I'll also get you the link for Home Creations, where I sell all my blanks in all different variations, from the size 4 to 24. You can have a 15-inch. You can have a 20-inch. You can have an 8-inch. If you prefer 12 inches for your porch cleaner attachments, there's 12 inches. You can do, I like 10 inches, like this one that we painted the other day. You can do 10 inches. This is a 10-inch. Let's see. This is also a 10-inch that we painted the other day. So Home Creations, I love them. They're the best. Too chicken to try to shade. Oh, Lynette, come on, girl. You can do it. We're just a few base coating things away from shading here as well. So don't worry. A little bit of practice and you'll be shading in no time, and you're going to wonder, what was I ever afraid of? Okay, so let's, not right now this second. Maybe after I'm done. She wants pizza rolls. I do have a teeny tiny little angle brush, and I'm going to bust it out. Trying to find where it's at. All the backs of my brushes start to look the same when they're in the water. Well, you're not going to yell at me like this, so if you want to talk to me, you can come talk to me. I'm not going to yell across the house. Hold on. When your brushes are just sitting in water like this, it's so hard to differentiate the little 1/4 inch angle that you're looking for from all the other angles. It's in here somewhere. There it is. If I was patient, I'd find it. Okay, there we go. So we're going to use Oyster Beige on Mary's little headscarf. Little Oyster Beige. It's going to be very close to her skin tone. So let's do a second coat of her skin tone, just so we don't have to fussy paint that in later. And we're going to fussy paint little baby Jesus's head. Okay. And then we're fussy paint the little bit of Joseph's face. Friday will work too. Friday will work too. Okay, oyster beige. Let's see how close this is. I think it's too close. I think it's too close. Raylan, come help mommy for a second. I'm going to mix a little bit of this, milk chocolate. Can you let Romo in for me, please? Thank you, my baby. I'm just going to mix a little bit of that milk chocolate in with my oyster beige.
It's cold outside.
Is it? We might start a fire when we get back from the grocery store.
Yeah, because it's cold.
Oh, it is cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that really dropped the temperature in here.
They messed up my obstacle course. Wow.
They messed up your obstacle course. Where?
Right here outside.
Oh, no.
I think the wind did it.
Didn't know she had an obstacle course. So this is not hair. This is just her little headdress. Her little headscarf. I could just so see this as a door hanger. It'd be the most precious little door hanger. Y'all know me. I love a baby Jesus design. They're my favorite. Okay, there we go. There we go. So it does look like hair, but it's not. It's her little headdress. I'm going to pull this up to see. I know I still need to do a little bit of a darker blue here on his little band, but I want to do his hair first before I do his beard and his hair before I do that. Let's see. Let's go into here. Let's go to Erica's Template Tribe for August. I believe this is an August design. So if you are a Template Tribe subscriber, if you were an August member, this is in your August files. Let's see. This is, what are you called? Greatest Gift of All. Nativity. There we go. Oh, well, you got the ring light in there. Trying to, yeah, there we go. So that's our little, I'm going to do milk chocolate for her hair, but I am going to bump over to a round brush just because it's going to give me a little bit more control over this fussy painting situation. I actually picked up a small filbert that I was working with earlier. And we're just going to base coat that in. Now, I've had some people say, I can't paint that small. I don't typically paint this small. But I will say the thing that makes painting small easier is having the right size brushes to do so. All right, let's paint. We're going to throw a little bit of darkness into this. We're going to deepen this brown up a little bit. We're going to throw raw umber into this milk chocolate. We want it to be a lot more dark chocolatey. Okay, a lot more dark chocolatey. I just don't want it to look like the manger's color. I want it to be contrasted. Oh yeah, that's way more like it. Okay, so here we go. Joseph got his little mustache. I think the thing I like painting the most is probably an attachment. I love door hangers. I love big. Painting big is easy for me. But I think my favorite size is like a 10, 12 attachment. How is your arm doing? My arm's doing a lot better. They told me about 6 to 8 weeks for it to be healed technically. But they said that I will still have a little bit of pain here and there. And that is true. I do when it rains. I thought that was a joke that, you know, I had never broken a major bone before. You know how people say, "Oh, I can feel the rain coming." I did notice after it had rained, it was sore. My arm was just sore and achy. It didn't hurt. It was just achy. I was very aware I had a forearm. It was weird. I finally found it on Home Creations. WHD greatest gift. Yes, this is okay. So if you're ever on Home Creations and you're looking for one of my designs, and you can't find it by scrolling through my catalog on their website, if you take the template name, so if you see it on my website and you take the template name, it is going to be the exact same name over on Home Creations. And sometimes putting my initials, WHD, Wallace House Designs, will make it a little easier to find. So that's a little tip and trick from me to you on looking for blanks. I probably need to write that down for future reference. Okay. Look how cute they are with little Mary, little Joseph, and little Bubba Jesus. Okie dokie. Let's give the star now that it's dried. Let's give it a little second base coat, and then we'll start shading. I'm not going to worry too much about Jesus's manger because I'm going to add like hay instead of this right here. I'm gonna hand paint some hay on there with a round brush. Okay. I do need to paint his little band. I'm gonna go straight true blue. I wanted all different shades of blue for Joseph. There is water on my brush, so I'm just gonna tap most of it off. So it should look a lot darker. Maybe I did true blue for the entire turban. There we go. Oh, I didn't finish the rest of his beard. I did not. Look at what I did. Look at what I did. Y'all need to yell at me saying, Erica Ray, stop that. You better finish that. Okay, there we go. I was like, why does he have this awkward little neck to him? It's because his beard goes a little lower. Yes, my baby.
And you can blow up the candles.
No, I kind of want the candles to burn a little bit longer, baby.
And I can blow them?
Yes, I will let you blow them out. Well, let's say then it out.
I'm gonna let it shine. What? I'll turn my Santa Claus. Oh, so dry. Now I'm gonna get the black.
I have black.
But I'm gonna use the pen.
I have the pen.
Oh.
Just whatever you do, don't press down. Just like use light pressure like that, okay?
Okay.
Whoa, pick up your brushes. And then there's the paint pen. Oh! Put them in the bag. Put them in the bag. Here, get the bag without dropping any more brushes. Get the bag. Get the bag without dropping any more brushes.
Actually, that's cool.
Yeah, I know. All right, now put your bag up. It's zipped up so they won't fall out anymore. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to paint his little baby swaddle yet. I'm going to make sure that I paint his hay first, and then I'll paint the baby swaddle on top of that. Let's see. Let's see. Is there a minimum you have to order for in blanks? No, there's no minimum. Now, I will say if you order, I think it's 300, you get an automatic 20% off of your entire purchase. It doesn't matter what designer, how much of each one you bought. I do know they have that offer. If you're a Paint Studio member, as long as you're logged into their website, you get an automatic 30% off of Paint Studio designs and an automatic 15% off all Wallace House designs. And I think it's either a 10 or 15% off of anything, any generic shape. So if they have just a round, that if you need a stack of rounds, oh no, it's okay. I can fix it. Don't mess with it. I can fix it. If you need a stack of rounds, you get to, as a Paint Studio member, you get, I think, 10 or 15% off of that too. Let's see. Hey, we need hay. So I'm going to take Sunny Day. So that's the color I did up here. I'm also going to take Marigold. And then we'll also add a little bit of white here and there. And we're just going to take a nice little liner or a round brush. I think if I can find a nice little liner brush, I think that's what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use this 10-aught liner. No, this is just a 0. This is not the 10-aught.
Look at his eyes.
Ooh, look at his eyes. And I'm going to just roll it in my Sunny Day. And I am just going to sweep, 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 sweep until my paintbrush runs out of paint. And I'm adding the paint to my brush, but I'm also knocking the majority of it off. And this is the tiniest little liner brush before they go into, in jean size, you got 0 and then double 0, and they just keep getting more and more zeros, meaning that, I have never worn any of those jeans, but I do know they exist. So they have the 0 brushes. They also have the 10-aught liner. I think there's an 18-aught liner. The aught means 0. So 10/0 liner. So the 10-aught, the 12-aught, the 18-aught. I think those are the most common ones that you'll find as single brushes on the wall. They are kind of difficult to find sometimes because they're not very common in usage, but for like an ornament when you're wanting to do hair or eyelashes, or I do need a little bit of clean water, so I am going to dip my brush in a little bit of water, or doing hay like this. I'm going to pick up, without cleaning my brush, I'm just going to pick up some of that Marigold I'm going to clean my brush because I picked up green. I don't want green in my hay.
How do you make it bigger?
How do I make what bigger?
This one?
You can't make that bigger. What's wrong with that?
It's getting so short.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh.
Here, let me do something real quick. I think I know what you mean. She just needs to prime it. There you go. All right, so I'm just going to add Marigold. And I'm just going to touch, 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 touch. There's not really a technique to that. It's just, I'm just sweeping it in kind of a comma-like stroke with very light pressure. And I'm just adding little wispy lines as his hay. Oh, baby. There you go. You were hitting my button. All right, so I'm going to add just a couple more of these marigolds. I'll go back in with a little bit of white. Not going to clean my brush. I'm just adding a little bit of white. Yeah.
Look, Mama.
Ooh, look at Santa Claus. That's a spiffy looking dude.
Show them.
Oh, she wants you to see his Santa Claus. Or her Santa Claus. He's got blue eyes.
It's like yours.
I have hazel eyes.
No, you have blue eyes and you got hazel blue, and I have hazel blue.
You have chocolate brown eyes. Baby girl's have an identity crisis over here. She said, I have blue eyes. Well, I do not. My siblings have blue eyes. She has chocolate brown eyes like her daddy. I have hazel brown eyes like my daddy. No, I think my daddy had hazel brown eyes.
Wait, what color do you have?
All right, that's enough hay.
Okay, but are you going to do another one?
No, I'm not going to do another one. Now, I'm going to do a second coat of his little mustache and beard. Now that it's dry, it just needs a touch up. Nothing super thick. Now, when it comes to his hair and his beard, there's not a lot of shading we can do. He's super dark. Okay, we could have toned it down just a little bit. Sorry. We could have toned it down just a little bit, but I kind of like the fact that his is a little darker than hers. I also like the fact that we can add a little bit of shading to hers or a little bit of highlight if we wanted to. But no, oh, okay, Lynette. Okay, so I already answered that. No, you do not need a minimum. You don't need a minimum purchase for either one. Pink Friday, you buy one, your final bill will be $1. You buy 100, your bill will be $100, right? Like there's no minimum or maximum purchase for either one. But I do know when you buy a certain purchase amount in blanks, they add an automatic 20% discount on your order. And that information can be found on their website. I think it's like at the very tip top. It's like one of the first things that you see on their website. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little wet coat because we're going to add a little bit of dimension to her.
So that's the mom and that's the dad.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened to Jesus' mom and Jesus' dad?
Well, God was Jesus's daddy, but Joseph was Mary's husband, so he got to be Jesus' stepdaddy on earth while he was a little boy.
So now he keeps them, and now Jesus was big, so they have another baby.
They did have another baby eventually, and I wasn't his name James. I'm pretty sure his name was James because right now my brain is fried from the day. I'm pretty sure his name was James because it was Joseph, Jesus, and James. They were the guys in the house.
Like in this size, like this house.
In their house.
It's the church.
Okay, there were a few little wispies in her hair just to give it a little bit of shape. Her hair is milk chocolate, so I added a little bit of oyster beige to my brush and dipped it in milk chocolate to kind of ghost it out a little bit.
When I get off the bus.
Oh boy, I'm in trouble now.
What happened?
Don't mind me when I get a box full.
Mama.
I do recommend if you intend to stock up, the benefit to bulking up like that, you do get that 20% discount. What baby girl?
When I get off the bus, make me a Santa Claus.
You want another Santa Claus tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who you're gonna paint it for?
My family.
Your family? I'm your family.
Yeah, but I want to do a turkey tomorrow.
I can make you a turkey tomorrow.
Yay! Because it's almost Thanksgiving.
It is almost Thanksgiving, isn't it? So I've got milk chocolate and a little bit of that oyster beige that was already on my palette. I just kind of mixed them together and made a highlight.
I need a red pen. Wait, I know. Let me get the.
That's just breaking up her hair to not look so flat.
Okay, here's the brush.
Okay, we're officially at a point where we can put his little that one. That's the one I was looking for. His little swaddle on, which is going to be baby blue. So we're going to take this true blue and a little bit of light buttermilk. A little bit of light buttermilk or white. You just want to make it a baby blue. Because congratulations, it's a boy, right?
I need a blow dryer.
Congratulations, it's a boy. I think I need a smaller brush than that. Yeah, that one. That one right there. I got it. Ugh, it's not left-handed. All right, so there we go. I can hear your bluey all the way in here. Okay. Why is there so much water in this brush? This brush hides water. Look at her. She is a mess. Y'all pray for me.
I hear that.
You hear what?
You say that.
Saying that you're a mess?
Yeah.
It's okay. You're my mess. I love
Hey, I heard you again.
you. You heard me again.
I put it right here.
Hey. Don't treat my pen like that. Don't treat my pen like that. Okay, so now let's get into some shading. Okay, so we need our little angle brush. Whatever size project you're working on, make sure your angle brush is appropriate for that size. I have a 1/4. Oh, now she wants you to see it again. It's officially finished. Look at him. He looks good. Look at his little
Cheeks.
His little rosy cheeks off in his beard. Looks so precious. We're going to let him dry. Okay, I'm going to just set him over here.
I want to bring it to Hannah.
Okay, so y'all know me. I normally like to use these meat trays. I have them packed away in my little travel bag. So we're going to use some wax paper. I want to show you that you can use wax paper too. Oh, that's so sweet. I just got your text message, Marie. She goes, I'm sorry to text you while you're live, but I keep forgetting. And she goes into what she meant to tell me. I'm cool with that. Just FYI. Let's do it. I'll text you when I get done and we'll come up with like parameters for the girl. It's something for the girls. So Becca's little girl is just a couple of years older than Ray, not much. And it's kind of like a big sister situation. Like when Becca outgrew all of my little ponies, Becca mailed them. Like Becca mailed. She decorated the whole box. That there was not an inch of that box that was not covered by her artwork. It was precious. And those ponies each get a turn going. Anytime we go somewhere, she gets a different pony to take with her in the car. Those ponies go everywhere with Raylan. Okay, so I've got my little mister here. I've been playing around with this and I love this. I love it. So I'm just gonna put a little water on my little palette over here, just so I can keep my brush wet without having to oversaturate it. Now, since we ghosted this out, I can use straight from the bottle Festive Green as my shade color. Okay. I'm gonna move this off to the side over here. So I'm just gonna go around town. I think I'm gonna want to use a darker green. Because even though we ghosted it out, I didn't do a whole lot. Like I didn't really take it. We're gonna use leaf green. Leaf green is a darker shade than Festive Green. It's in the same color family. So I'm just going to do leaf green. I normally tell you don't switch colors until you see it dried down. But I know for a fact I'm going to want a darker green. I just want a nice little, I'm going to want to go underneath my star. Create a shadow. And I am only using water to shade with. If you have trouble, you can always use floating medium. I have plenty of tutorials on how to use floating medium. But I have been practicing with my water, and I've been getting better. I'm real proud of myself because I have fought water for years. I have fought it. Now I need to do these little dips right here, but I'm gonna wait till all these straight edges are completely dry, and I'll come back and I'll cap those off. Okay. So I'm not forgetting about those. I'm just strategically laying this down. Okay. Or I could probably, I bet you I can. A little bit of water. But I can go like this and just bring it around like this. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Perfection. So you see the difference between this side and this side? You got a lot of dimension, and it's kind of drawing your eye to the edge to let you know that okay. So there's my shading for this side. Now I'm going to flip this over because I'm a directional painter. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Now I'm just using wax paper. What's the matter? You want to take your dress off? Here.
And also my shirt.
Okay, well, let me just get your. She needs help with the zipper in the back. She wears a little jumper. They wear uniforms at her school.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes sweaters.
And she refuses to wear pants. So we have finally found a style of jumper that she really, really, really likes. And she doesn't know how to unzip it in the back. Her little arms are still a little short for that. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's starting to really pop. There we go. It's looking good. I love adding a little bit of just extra little oomph. I need a little bit of water in my brush. My brush is drying out. And the way you know if your brush is drying out is that, one, you don't see the little bit of wetness. So if you look, there's going to be a little bit, it's already dried down. There's going to be a little bit of wetness on your piece, and it will dry down completely clear. It's just water. You'll see the water spreading around with your paint, but it will dry down clear as long as your brush is not contaminated on the water side of your brush. But you'll also notice that your paint's not spreading as far either. So if your paint's not spreading as far evenly in like a clear overlay, like a little overlay of color, then your brush is too dry and you need to add clean water. He looks fancy, doesn't he? Her little Santa Claus. He did look fancy. A little snazzy, rosy cheeks all the way down in his beard. I love it I love seeing how, because she doesn't see color mock-ups. All she sees are wood cutouts. She very rarely will see a color mock-up of anything. So when you see her pieces painted, they are straight from her imagination. I love it. Okie dokie. So now we've got, there's a little bit more green that we need to do. We need to make Joseph and Mary pop a little bit from the background. So we're going to do same green. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit behind their heads. That's just going to create a shadow of them standing. Use my little mister. I just put it on my right up here. You can't even see it, but I'm going to add some water to my brush to be able to pick up a little bit of the screen without having to oversaturate it. Just the finest little mist of water. I get that at Hobby Lobby. It comes in a 3-pack. And Miss Bonnie last weekend, she had a whole bag of itty bitty little ones that were travel size. I thought they were so cool. And when she saw me using my big one over here, she was like, "Ooh, I've got some of those." And she ended up gifting all of us one of her little mini ones. Of course, I snuck out with 2. I was honest about it. I was like, "I got 2." She asked me, "Did you get one?" I was like, "I did." Because I was messing with one. And then as I was messing with it, she was passing it out to everybody else. And she laid one on my spot. And I still had the one in my hand. And as I was packing up, I realized I had 2. And I was like, "I'm taking them." She had a whole bag. And she goes, "Did you get one?" And I was like, "I got 2." And she's like, "Okay." She didn't seem to mind that I got 2. I love them. I think they're great. I have that one that has water in it, and I have another one that has alcohol in it. So, like rubbing alcohol. So I have one that I can kind of clean my brush. Like if I have a brush on the go that's just being really stubborn with paint, I could probably knock the paint out with just a little bit of spray of alcohol. And there's some paint techniques that you can use with alcohol as well. And so I feel like it's going to be versatile. I felt like it was a good idea to put alcohol in one. Okay, so do you see how Mary and Joseph are just popped, like especially up here around their head? I haven't finished Mary's yet. Okay. this one little Romo hair that keeps venturing its way into where my brush is. It's not on my brush, but
is my pizza roll.
I told you when I got done painting I would make you some. And they can be part of your dinner. There it is. I see where it's at. Okay, finally got it. Whew, that was bugging me. So all it does is just add a little bit of shadow behind them. Not a distracting one. It just kind of separates them from the tree. It makes the tree look further back than it already is, right? Without that little bit of a shadow. And it's this right here is way darker than what I added here. So I toned it down a little bit as I was adding it behind their heads because I wanted it to make the tree look like there's a light shining on them and their shadows are casting on the tree behind them. Does that make sense? Can you move it up? Move what up? Move what up? Oh, I bet you I was way down here, wasn't I? I bet you I was. There we go. So all I was doing was I was just sweeping this color. Same process, just lighter touch and lighter paint. Like I was not adding as much paint as I did here going underneath the star, which does need a little bit more because we do need a shadow under the star. That star is sitting on top. Now let's shade that star. We're going to use the marigold because we painted that star sunny day. So I'm just going to add clean water to my brush, tap off the majority. Okay, so I'm just going to let the majority of my paint, see the water disappear from my brush. So I'm going to do that again. It's going to be really hard to see because it's a really small brush. See how saturated my brush is with water? Watch the water disappear from my brush the longer it sits on. See, it goes matte. It almost goes matte. It's just because the towel is slowly soaking that water up. So I do that once or twice, and I just let the water completely, okay? And I just make sure I don't have any water on the metal part of my brush. Pick up a little bit of my little water droplets up here. Now my brush should be perfectly loaded with water. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this marigold on the toe of my brush. Okay, a little bit of marigold. Okay. And this should go just sweep on the bottom. Just sweep it on the bottom. I got a little bit over. There we go. And I'm going to go also on the bottom of that arm of the star and on the bottom of that arm of the star. So just see how it gives it just a little bit of a shadow without it being distracting. So I just picked a side of the star. So I figured, well, we'll give the side a little bit of a shadow too. Okay. We got just a little bit of, you don't need much to bring all of this to life, right? Okay. Oh, her dress. Let's add some to her dress and let's do, okay. So since we did ghosted out milk chocolate on the manger, let's go ahead and just do milk chocolate. Let's just do milk chocolate as its shade. And if we feel like it needs more contrast, we could do a second layer. Okay. So there we go. Just a little bit of richness to, I didn't go super dark. I just gave it a little bit of richness to the edge. Okay. Now we did carousel pink. We ghosted it out for her dress color, right? We ghosted out her dress color with white. So we're just going to take carousel pink. We're going to do straight carousel pink. Okay, so we're going to do the bottom of her dress. We're going to go all the way around. Now, like I said, I normally use meat trays. So if you notice I'm using wax paper, it's just because all my meat trays are packed away in my travel bag. and I gave most of them away that I had in stock here. So I do need to pick up some more. But I want you to know you can use wax paper too. And I do use wax paper. I just typically use the meat tray, especially when I'm painting live, because see how you see through the wax paper? You cannot, it's a lot easier for you to see how clean my brush is whenever I'm sweeping and loading my brush for shading when it's a white background. So that's one reason why I do use the meat trays live. I do also use them when painting on my own, but there are times where I just have little stacks of wax paper because wax paper is cheap and it's a lot better for the environment than styrofoam. So there are a lot of times I'll just grab some wax paper and use it, especially on a big project, because then I can get a really big old paint palette of colors going on the same one, and then I can just throw it away when I'm done. Okay, now we're doing the other arm. And I am picking up little water droplets from that little spritz of water I did on my paint palette. So I've got up here, I just have plain water.
Can I blow out the candles now?
Yes, you can go ahead and blow out the candles. Be safe.
I will. I can blow out two.
I'm just tapping the clean.
I can blow out two of them.
You can blow out both. I'm just tapping the clean end. I'm just kind of laying the back end of my brush on those water droplets just to pick up a little bit of water without oversaturating the bristles.
I did it.
Good job. Now I am going to go underneath the manger. That little water droplet, it's the perfect amount. I am going to go underneath her chin. Give her a little bit of shadow from her chin to her dress. Okay, that should have blown it out by now, baby girl. Okay, so how are we doing so far? Is any of this helping? I hope it is. I love, 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 love. Huh? No, once you blow it out, you got to let it completely cool down before you can light it up again.
It's wet?
Yeah, it's wet. That wax is wet. So I shaded the very, here, let me, you notice, I shaded the very bottoms of her arms on the inside of her arm. I'm going to go right here. It's underneath her arm, so it would be her chest. I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow there. Not a super heavy one. Just a little bit of a shadow there. That way it kind of looks like her arms are casting a little bit of a shadow, and it's a little bit of a...
I think that's enough painting.
No, it's not enough painting, Raylan. Don't be bossy.
You look like a child.
I'm just... Well, how am I just like a child? Now that we've done her pink, let's do his blue. Let's do his blue. I'm so excited to get this on my tree this year. So I'm going to do some water. All I did was I added some water from the palette here itself. I did not dip it in water. I just added the tiniest little bit of water. Okay. And I'm just going to go on the outside of his arm. Okay. And on the inside of his chest and underneath his beard. I'm using the tiniest bit of pressure. I am not using much pressure at all. My bristles aren't even bending to the wood. They're just kind of sweeping, kind of grazing over the wood. It's just kind of laying down this wash of color. Especially on a project this small, you don't necessarily want to lay down way too much color. You don't want it to be distracting. I am going to add a little bit behind the manger. See, and I do need to add a little bit to the outside of the arm. Just a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Just a little bit of a halo of color. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit to her headdress. Okay, we can go back over here. I'm just going to use the milk chocolate. I'm just going to add a little bit. I don't want it to be too matchy-matchy to her hair. I'm just going to add it to this very top portion. And just give it a little bit of dimension. I don't want it to distract from her hair. There we go. Let's see. Anything else? I think the trunk of the tree needs to have a little bit more dimension. So we're going to do a second layer. Just going to do a second layer. That will just build that color up. It's not changing the color. It's just building it up and making the shade a little bit more opaque because we're putting such a light layer. This will make it pop just a little bit more. When in doubt, add a second coat. Don't change colors. Just add a second coat and it'll build up. It's buildable. We're putting the tiniest amount of paint down. We do need to go underneath the manger because that manger is going to create a little bit of a shadow. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. Of course, my brush would run out of water. Raylan, you really scared the dickens out of me with those scissors. She starts cutting everything up. She loves cutting paper. Or cardboard. She found her paint. I got her own little set of paints that I'm going to put her little name on so she'll stay out of mine. And the little cardboard box that the bottom that it came in, she's now hacking that to pieces. Now, I do need to put our greatest gift of all on there. And then we'll be done. I think I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on the star. Should we put glitter on the star? Y'all tell me. Say glitter or no glitter. And don't forget, Pink Friday starts tomorrow. And Black Friday, and it runs through Black Friday. So Pink Friday is $1 templates and JPEGs all the way through Black Friday. And then Black Friday is going to be, the paint studio will be open for new family members for that weekend only. Okay, the 1MR. So I'm going super tiny, super duper tiny in my paint pen. Okay. So should I do glitter? Yes or no? So I'm just going to throw, well, hold on. What color is in my mock-up? It is black. Okay, we're good. A lot of times I just opt for black and I don't even look at the mock-up half the time. Okay. So the 1MR is almost like a felt tip pen. So like if you like flare pens. Okay, so Rhonda says yes to glitter. Anybody else have an opinion on glitter? Should we? I'm just going to add it to the star. Because I feel like the star, if anything gets glitter, it's going to be the star. Raylene, can you let Romo out, baby? He is patiently waiting over there. Do you have shoes on?
Nope.
Well, then how are you going to get... I may just go pick some up first thing in the morning before Daddy goes to work. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm just writing greatest gift of all. All right, so Rhonda says glitter. Jacqueline says glitter. I guess we're doing glitter. I like glitter. So y'all know me. My vote was always going to be for glitter. All righty. So let's... Good job.
I done with my phone.
Oh, that's what she was cutting. She was cutting her a phone. Ring, 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 ring. Yes.
Hello. I'm far away from my house, but you can't come because it's really far away. It's 100.
It's 100.
Yep. Because I'm watching Blue and I'm near the girl and I come up. So I need to come here
Okay. Well, I will see you when I get there. Goodbye. All right. I'm going to use this Deco Art Holographic Illusions in Crystal Ball. It's going to go on white, but it's going to dry clear. What are you messing with over there? So, no, leave that alone, please. Okay, yeah, well, you're not taking my paint caddy with you. Oh, goodness gracious. She's taken off with my travel paint cart. Okay. So there's my glitter. I don't know if you can, I don't know if that's translating to camera or not. There's the coolest little speckles disco ball like glitter. Iridescent, perfect iridescent glitter. Oh, it's so cute. Look at the baby Jesus. It turned out so cute. I love it. I feel like my wording, this is water. So I need to put this where the water goes. There we go. So there we go. There's our ornament. I think what I'll do is I'll drill holes right here on the opposite sides of Greatest. I don't think I want to drill holes through my star. I think I want to drill holes, just tiny little holes. I would drill them right now, but I feel like we could probably if my drill is charged. Let's see if my drill. I have a little hand drill that I got from Harbor Freight. It's the Chicago Electric brand, and it's battery operated. It sounds charged to me. It's probably going to need to be charged. It probably needs to be charged. All right, so I just have an extra block of wood right here. I am going to bump up. Okay. I have an extra block of wood. Yep, see, that's how I know it needs to be charged. All right, the reason I do an extra block of wood, do you see this right here? There's no splinters. If I did not have this extra block of wood under here, it would have splintered horribly. I know this thing needs to be charged. This is on 10. Oh, yeah. This thing is trying to die on me. Come on, just get through the wood. Just get through the wood. Come on. Come on. I'm like so close. I knew if I tried to do this. Come on. You'll see. It just needs to be charged. I don't even know. Charger's in that bucket. Are y'all laughing at my expense? Because if you're not, I'm disappointed. You should be. Come on. I just have like an 1/8 of an inch. Come on. We're getting so close. I can see the heat mark. I feel like if I shake it, there's going to be some more juice in there somewhere, just like a regular battery. There we go. I knew it. I need to try to. Okay, so I didn't have it on the block on this one, and I want you to see the difference. You see those splinters? I just knocked them away. See how rough it is in those splinters? Over here where it was on the block, there are no splinters. So this block is very important. I use it every time. Okie dokie. So before we add our wire, and yeah, we'll go ahead and add wire. All right. Y'all remind me that I need to charge that dadgum thing. I haven't charged it since I got it. I charged it the very first day that I got it, and I haven't had to charge it since, and I've had it for months. But that's all I use it for. All I use it for is to add little drill holes. Raylan, I really wish you would leave my stuff alone. I'm gonna take my high gloss varnish. When I do ornaments, I like to use this varnish. When I do small projects, I like a Ray, baby. I'm finishing up. Okay?
Hello, I need to eat some pizza. See you later.
You hear her subtle hints of what she wants. I need to eat some pizza rolls. Okay, so I'm going to put this in clean water since we don't need our clean water anymore. I just want to make sure there's no hidden paint in my brush that I'm about to use to seal. Okay, and we're going to try and not do too many brush strokes over that paint pen. Okay, we're just going to do a quick little coat. Did I do it over the start? If not, we are about to. All right, we're going to do a quick little coat. Okay. We're going to dry it, and then we're going to do a second little coat. All I'm doing is I'm sealing that paint pen in because paint pens tends to smear if you work a sealer on it too much. But now that we have it sealed, I can really, I've got a layer of sealer between me and the paint pen now. I can really get a good, nice, juicy, thick seal on it. All right, so we're going to do this. So if you notice, the first layer I went east to west. The second layer I went north and south. I typically go both ways whenever I seal something. Okay, I'm going to blow dry it. And let's add some wire to it. Little baby Jesus. Oh, the greatest gift of all. There has never been a truer statement. Does anybody else, like, if you make something for yourself, especially an ornament for your Christmas tree, do you put the date on the back? Like, are you a dater? Like, do you put the date? Or do you just assume you're going to remember when you made that? Marie, you know me, I'm both ways. I play both ends of the field on that one because I love my jute twine, but I also love my wire for certain things, and ornaments will always be like, I don't think I have an instance where I don't opt for a wire for my ornament. Okay, so I've got gold and I've got silver. I really, this is gonna be so hard. So I've got this. This is bead landing. I'm pretty sure this is bead landing too. I also have this. I don't use this for, this is 17 gauge. I don't use this for ornaments. It's way too heavy, thickness, heavy wiredness. I use this for door hangers. These I use for ornaments. Should we go gold or should we go silver? I date everything. I try, especially ornaments, if I know I'm keeping them or if I know the person that's receiving them is not going to mind dating on the back, I typically date mine too. So what should we do? Gold or silver? I'm going to put them side by side so you can kind of get an idea while I kind of clean up my mess over here and Raylynn's mess over here. And I'm going to get my wire cutters out. So I like to use these. These are round all the way. So needle nose pliers. Raylynn, can you put? She's got my travel bag and she's just wheeling it around like she's at the airport. These are completely round all the way around the needle nose. Needle nose pliers typically have a flat side and a rounded side. These are from the jewelry section. These are cylinder, like a cone cylinder all the way around. So these are what I typically use for ornaments or whenever I'm using wire. I love these because they don't put a bend in things. Like they bend without putting a crimp in it, if that makes sense. I think I'm going to go with silver. I think I'm going to use silver. Ring, ring, ring.
I come into your world, and then you gonna give me pizza rolls?
As soon as I'm done painting, and when you get to my world, I will get you some pizza rolls. I feel like I've said that once or twice already.
Yeah, but I'm almost there, okay?
You're almost there.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I'm probably going to do about 8 inches, 8 to 10 inches. It just depends on how long you want your hanger to be. All right, so I've got this. Now, typically I put my little swirlies in the front, and I think I'm still going to do that. I just don't know how distracting from the greatest gift of all that's going to be. And I'm not going to put any beads on it because I didn't pull any beads. That's okay. So I'm going to curl one end, and you can just put your needle nose all the way to the very end like that. And I like to curl until there's just a little loop, just a little lock. Okay. Especially on this one because I don't want it to be super distracting. And I set it right here, and I'll probably have it going down because I don't want it touching my greatest gift of all. So I kind of want it to not distract from that. So see what I did there? See what I did? Okay. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to bend it with my fingers. And I'm just going to shape my little, okay. I'm going to just snip this little bit because it's crimped and I don't feel like uncrimping it. I'm going to throw that away so nobody steps on that. Put in my little bag there. Okay, so I'm going to hold this down as I feed this back through the front. And I'm going to make the same little curlicue by putting my wire all the way at the very end of that cylinder and just curling all the way around. And that gets a uniform. I told you there was a little crimp in there. I thought I cut the whole thing off. I'm going to, hold on one second. I'll leave it like that. It's going to bug the mess out of me. There we go. Okay, so we get an identical shaped or size really. And I'm going to just position it to where it's positioned away from the T and the word greatest. And then I'm going to just shape my little hanger. Okay, I don't think I'm completely done because it doesn't have beads. I feel like it needs something. And I've got all this ribbon over here. I think I'm just going to take, there's some creamy colors in here. I feel like I can take some of this ribbon and fashion a little bow. So I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go around. I'm not necessarily teaching this. I'm actually practicing. I saw it done once. I haven't done it yet. And I'm just going to see if this works. If I can get this to work, I can teach it one day. Okay. See if I got a little double loop bow here. Oh, looks like nope. I missed a loop. Hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2, under, over, flip it around, and slide it through. I'm working through this. You're watching me try to figure it out as we speak. So that should make 2 loops on each side. That should make 2 loops on each side and 2 tails. And it did. They should be similar size because my fingers are similar size. And then you just kind of, there we go. Perfect. So I don't need all that tail, but, come back. I bet you I can put it on the top of the hanger right here and put like a little bead right there once I figure out what color bead. I don't know, kind of like, do y'all like the extra long tail on it? I kind of like it. I might trim it up a little bit to where it's not longer than, I kind of like this one right here. I don't know. What do y'all think? Yes or no? We could also put it over here, but it kind of covers the words and it kind of covers up, I don't know. Yes or no to the bow? Yes or no to the bow? I would put it way up there just so I can kind of cascade it around. And I would definitely trim that. So let's trim that as we vote. Let's trim that up. Come on, there we go. So there it is. A little bit more uniform. What do we think? What gauge is your wire? Okay, so this wire was 18 gauge. So the jewelry wire that I pick it up from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and I pick it up in 18. This says it's 17 gauge, but this is fencing wire. I think it's thicker than 17 gauge. I bet you this is like 14, to be honest. It's really thick. It's Harbor Freight, so there's no telling if it's accurate or not. Okay, I'm getting a couple of cutes. So I'm guessing we're voting for the bow. Are we voting for it? Do we like it? Should we shabby it up with a little bit of twine too? Because since we were talking about twine, should we shabby it? I think we should tie it too. I bet you we could use some twine to attach the bow. We're just playing around now. Okay, so I bet you. Okay, so I can take my jute twine.
It keeps doing it.
What?
My goodness.
My goodness, what is it? I'll help you in just a minute. I'm almost done. So I can take my jute twine. I can make a loop at the end. All I did was I made the two free ends meet down here, and I'm holding the loop with my finger. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to lay my ornament, loop going north. Okay, so now I've just laid my ornament wire over the twine. Let's see if I can get you a little closer. Okay, loop going north. I just fed my open ends through the hanger. I'm going to lay my bow right where I want it. And I'm going to separate my bow out to where there's half the bow on one side of the twine, half the bow on the other. And I'm going to take those free ends and the loop and feed them through the loop. All right. And I'm going to pull tight. I'm going to make sure it looks nice and neat. I'm going to take my time and make sure it looks nice and neat. I'm going to pull tight. Make sure they're stacked on top of each other because I don't want them separated. Okay, so I can either leave it like that with the twine and the ribbon on each side of the ornament. Okay, or I could trim them up. I like it. It gave it just a little bit of daintiness. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to find a little bead right here. Probably, oh goodness, maybe pink, maybe green. I'll probably do green. I won't do anything too super distracting because honestly, it's perfect the way it is. But I think I'll either put like a little pearl bead up here or like
pizza, hamburgers, and also pizza and hamburgers. That's all.
I think I want hamburgers.
I did make
with pickles.
I just made that yet, Mama.
You just said we have pizza and hamburgers.
I didn't draw it yet.
Oh, okay. Can I have a slice of pizza, pepperoni, extra cheese, with a Coke?
Wait, I think I made something. It's a pizza.
Okay, thank you. Gluten-free crust if you've got it.
It had never pizza. It's really good.
Okay, that sounds great. Oh, okay. So Lori says a pearl bead. That would be perfect. Okay, so I think a little pearl bead right there will go right there. I'll find me a little flat back pearl bead. Thank you, baby. She made me a pizza, y'all. She made me a pizza.
It's Pavlova pizza.
I don't have no clue what she just said. Oh, Miss Laura says that she'll take a slice of pizza too. I'll have a cheeseburger with extra pickles and an all-no. I can't say that, Marie. I'm a speech student. So, like, I've taken 8 years of speech as a little girl, like speech therapy, not speech debate class. That is actually that's on my list, and my mouth just can't say it. I have to really focus on Arnold Palmer. I can't say it really fast. I will trip over every time. But I will put your order in for you. Alrighty, y'all. That is it for what we've got today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please put it in the comments or share it with your friends if you think that they would like to watch it too.
Can I let it up now?
No, it's not ready. And we will be back next Wednesday, not Thursday, because guess what Thursday is? It's Thanksgiving, and I am not going to interrupt your time with your family. But we will be here next Wednesday sometime. I'll announce it ahead of time. It'll definitely be just very random with another tutorial that I know you're going to love. So until then, I cannot wait to hang out with you. And don't forget about Pink Friday tomorrow, dollar templates and JPEGs all the way through Black Friday. And then again on Black Friday, we switch it up and we open up the Paint Studio for new family members. So mark your calendars, keep a lookout, and I will talk to you later. See you then. Bye.